Alright, still in Borneo on crushing difficulty with just 2 players. Gonna get that Omnipotent Trophy at the end here. We just finished the first box. There's 4 boxes. Kind of name these videos different. Notice how Nate pulls this giant stone tablet out of his back pocket. Ridiculous looking cutscene. So he's gonna give you a boost up here and walk you through this next section right here. Talk you through the killing of the first little mini boss that comes up. And how to control these spawn waves up here. There's that RPG that got left up here. It's a real good thing to use on this little group of enemies right here. Got quick, I died. That's crushing for you. And anyway, we're just gonna stick close together right here. Watch these enemies come across. Did you see that heavy jump off the bridge? You want to keep an eye on that. When the enemies jump off that bridge, that means they're gonna come up this back side right here. You notice that ladder right there to my left? The enemies don't climb up the ladder. Somehow they can magically just like climb up the side of the cliff right there where Smooth is standing. But the fact that he's standing there is kind of blocking the enemy from coming up. So that heavy's down there not knowing what to do because the AI is kind of like that sometimes. So I'm going to hop on down, break his neck. Once again, remember, watch out for the grenade drops that happen when you melee enemies on crushing. Be very careful about that. And no one's going to cross this bridge yet. Because what happens is when you cross that bridge about 3/4 of the way, there's like an invisible spawn line that spawns a bunch more enemies. So we're just going to let this wave of enemies come across the bridge. Once again, the best way to let these armored grabbers make them die is to just let them grab you. So they head becomes a stationary target. Like I said, just keep in mind that if you get their helmet off and punch them, they might drop a grenade. You don't want that to mess things up. So once we feel like we've killed everybody, I'm going to run across the bridge and run back. That's going to spawn more people. We had actually not killed everybody. It was one heavy still standing there, but that's okay. So that triggering of the spawn wave spawns the boss. You see the little kickback emblem over top of his head. He's floating around somewhere back there, and eventually he's going to go stand back where we can shoot at him from back here. So this is our base of operations right back here where we're standing. This is where we want to stay for the duration of this particular section of the map and just let all the enemies come across the bridge. Very easy. Kind of like just bottlenecking them, you know, the old 300 tactic and everything, right? King Leonidas. So anyway, the enemy, the kickback boss, he's going to get up there. And you notice I'm just peppering shots at him. Obviously at that distance you don't want to hold down the R1 button. You don't want to hold down the trigger on full auto because the recoil will have you missing them. So you just pepper shots at them. Like I said, be careful about meleeing these guys too much. And notice he just like fell off with an M9. So in a minute here, I'm using this Cal 7, and that thing has got like hellacious recoil. So I'm not too happy trying to shoot the boss with that, but I'm going to jump down here and get that M9. And of course I'm communicating with Smooth. You know, biggest key to beating this stuff on co-op is just talking to your teammates to let them know where you are. So you know what I'm saying, if they're expecting you to be right behind them in case they get grabbed or get grenaded or something, you want them to know when you're running off, like, well, I'm gonna jump down, I'm come right back. And like I said, keep an eye on the enemies that might jump off the bridge, so that you know you want to expect them if they're coming up behind you off that cliff. And yeah, you kind of have to be patient with this little kickback boss right here. But like I said, you just pepper him with enough shots, he will fall dead eventually. And notice where I'm standing, he can't really hit us with the hammer. Sometimes he will pop hammer shots all the way over here. So it is good. Notice how Smooth's kind of standing a little bit off to the right. You don't want your whole team standing too close together. Because if he does get an explosion over there, it'll, you know, kill all 3 of you at the same time. That can happen, has happened. And notice I just activated one of my cluster bombs. The cluster bombs do stack, and unfortunately I think they might have like patched it where you can only get 4. I'm not real sure, but so I run forward to spawn some more enemies. Notice we kind of ran out of people to shoot, so there's a couple people huddled down there, and it's tempted to just stand there and shoot them like fish in a barrel, but all these other enemies spawn. You notice all these other people coming at us, they spawned once I went across the bridge. So that's what I did, was I ran all the way up, just shot a little bit of the people that are hiding down there, the cowards, and I come all the way back out here for everybody else. And I think I saw somebody jump off the bridge again, and I did. Yep, so he's gonna come up. Like I said, you want to expect that. Obviously, we were still standing on the other side of the bridge shooting at people. This guy will come up behind us and be like, oh crap, you know, where'd he come from? So that's just how that works. It's good to know. And once again, we're just setting up shop right here, letting everybody just saunter across the bridge right over here to us. They just walk right into our trap, and I punch him in his face hole. And we're going to take notice. Like, I think that seems to be everybody that had come across the bridge. We're double checking, making sure nobody's downstairs. And once it looks safe, you want to run across, and there's going to be like one more wave that spawns. And they're grabbers. See, I just ran up and I saw him, so like, okay, we're going to bring him back here. The reason we bring him back here is because I've played this level a lot with a lot of different people, and when you're on the other side of the bridge up there on those little cliffs in the middle of all those trees, getting grabbed and everything can be problematic. You know what I'm saying? There's another one. So I ran and got his attention, like, hey Jimmy, we're back here. So he comes over, grabs me. Notice Smooth doing the smart thing and just shooting him in the head. Sometimes it's safer to just shoot him in the head to death instead of punching him because of those grenade drops. Like I said, we're going to play this very carefully and get the Omnipotent Trophy. When you kill him, you get a checkpoint. There's 2 West 44s in this section. One of them's up here. These make a really great handgun to take in the next section. The other one's right there. And make sure you got long gun ammo. Check the video response. We'll see you in a minute. Thanks for watching.